good news. I am gonna go back to my old orange truck. I've been promised that it's repaired, that it's running like a beauty. And, you know, there's Jimmy's truck, which served me well last week. And let's do a quick inspection and let's get out of here. So I'm not taking that trailer. I have to disconnect and connect to another trailer. I am connected to the trailer. I cut myself off on the other video, but we had to go anyways. Tires are good, lights are good. Physical inspection, making sure that nothing's broken. You know what I mean? Also, like the trailer in good condition, no holes. Let's not talk about that. Landing gear up, no holes on the walls. You know, no holes. I had a good weekend. Productive from the things that we needed to install in the restaurant to things we had to do. I got some work done at church. I got some. I got to clean the restaurant floors, mud flaps. Make sure there's mud flaps in the back. My buddy got pulled over the other day because of this. I don't even know what that's called or what does it do, but it was broken. It has a broken part and it was broken, and they didn't let him go for that. Mud flaps, lights, so good condition. Okay, good, ready to go. Another good news is my truck is being worked on. It's right here. Bad news is I spent the down payment on the restaurant, so the down payment is spent on the restaurant, but hopefully I can get the money back. So they're working on my truck, but they said 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and they'll be ready to roll. So let's go in and get ready to roll. Connected to the trailer, tank, paper goods inside. Fluids are good. The truck was a little dirty, just a little, not enough to get me upset or anything. So let's get down to paperwork.
No voy a poder. Dile cómo es que te grabe. No ve cómo no puedo. No, mira, este chamaco tiene más fuerza que un búfalo.
Holy Jesus. Haven't done anything for church. I want to do something before I leave. I got some on my face. So I've been listening to Kevin Samuels and all these people about dating, about what feminism has done to the dating world and all that. I don't know much about dating because in our church we have a strict dating format, which is cool and all, but some can criticize it's too harsh. We are entering Las Vegas currently, and I thought, well, what a better way to show or to speak than crossing through Las Vegas, because people probably are sick and tired of listening, watching me and all my fat goodies. It all started when the church opened a program called Berea Visión. We're going to be having a TV channel, and there was a group that was made for comedy called La Carcajada. I love every member there. Nerio, Abner Nerio, Eti Fregoso, my man, now is in heaven, Kike, Rios, everyone who came and went, from Elisa Martinez. There's two Elisa Martinez's. From Elisa Martinez's to who else do I need to say? You know, some other pros, Ruben Corquez, all that. make a whole video about my relationship with Cody. Cody's name is Israel Padilla. He's a minister now. But we met there. I never considered her, never really saw her as somebody who attracted to me, or, you know what I mean? But as time went on, being in the in Benavisión, La Carcajada, working together, and we established a relationship, a friendship, and I don't know if it was during that show or after that show ended, when you know we all split up and did our own thing, that I realized that I had some feelings for her. And of course she denied, said no. She was young, by the way. She was even underage. So the timing that God has, you probably should stick to that. So she was underage. I was just about over age, I think, because I was high school. I think I was just done with high school. Anyways, so I waited 7 years. This whole process of yes, no, hanging out, being friends, being stuck in the friend zone, saying no. So after 7 years, after I got my stuff together, I decided to work and go to school and go to the gym. I was less fat. She noticed my work ethic and got interested in me. And, you know, of course, I still have my feelings for her because my feelings for her never went away, no matter the absence of communication, the absence of seeing her. All it took is like one gathering with her, and since we're a close community in church, the opportunity always presented itself for me to see her. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I have found the perfect woman. This restaurant I'm working in, all that, she has taken care of that. She has taken care of that because it's my dream. And she's helping me do and take my dream, my family goal, and made it her own. And she's helping me in that. So that's the points of that they make in this, like I said, all these modern day dating advice and whatnot. You know, the woman has to present herself as, is she going to be, what does she bring to the table? Does she help? My wife brings a ton to the table. Took care of all the paperwork, took care of all that patient stuff that needs to be done. Talks to the workers, talks to the offices, and here we are. When she made up her mind to marry me, begin our courtship, we went and had a communication with her family, because they're a little bit of a special type of family. So we went, and as soon as I walked in, you know, my mother-in-law, she looked down and said, "Oh no, oh, not him, not what is." She always was like, you know, my wife started to talk about her future and education and all that, and she's like, "Wait a minute, why is he here?" And my wife was like, "We'll get to that later." And she just kept looking down and scrolling in the note. So finally it came to it, and we were like, you know what? We want to get married. And she said, "Nope, you're not marrying my daughter." And so did my father-in-law. She's like, "Nope, you're not marrying my daughter. You're not gonna be able to, you know, I'm gonna do everything in my power, and I promise you, you're not gonna marry my daughter." And I was very prideful back then. I could not understand what was wrong with me. I thought I was the model of perfection. But and it did not help my case. was my case. I should have been patient, like everyone was telling me. I should have waited. You know, right now, you know, they see how I take care of her and, you know, where I have her living and what I have her driving. And they're like, oh, you know, she's in good hands. But at the time, you know, I could not live where I used to live. Like the place where I used to live, I could, in my room, if my head was touching the wall, all I had to do was stretch my toes a little bit, and I could touch the other wall, the opposite side of the room wall. It was a little tiny room. It's a little tiny house, and I'm trying to. My parents still live there. I'm trying to pull them out of there, you know, and get them a place to live. But the adversity I could not deal with. I only went on one date with my wife. We went to Denny's for breakfast. That was pretty much it, because they would not give her permission to go out with me. My minister would tell me, you could tell her I said you could go out with her. Tell her I said, and you know, it wouldn't happen, because she was so obedient to her parents. She had so much respect. She believed that everything that her parents told her was true. She believed that they could do no wrong. So, and I can never understand that, because I was disrespectful to my parents. I was, from a very early age, I kind of went wild with my parents and whatnot. So we struggled on that. While we were sitting there, she even called her big brother, her elder brother. You know, he's gonna talk some sense into you, and so they called him, and I was like, put him on the phone, because he was saying some negative stuff, and she didn't. She's like, no, I already know that you guys could fight, you know, and this lady, all that I went through was worth it, absolutely worth it. So that was the beginning of Garcia de Anda fight that until recently just ended, because I hear that they were crashing over there at the Spanish church. Redlands has an English and a Spanish church. And this is the Allegiant Stadium for the Raiders, for the Nevada Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. So, poor woman. I kind of, I should have, and now I see it this way, but I should have been more patient. I should have waited. I should have listened to the counselor and see that, hey, you know, once you guys are married, because they can't do anything to stop you guys from getting married. Once you guys get married, you're gonna see the change. You're gonna just be patient, and I couldn't be patient. I was like, no, I can't believe they're talking smack about me. I can't believe they're talking smack about my parents. They took, I don't know how you guys feel, but a list of all my faults and reasons why I shouldn't marry their daughter was presented to the minister. And also, it had a lot to do with my issue that I'm self-conscious about, which is my skin color. And yeah, a lot of people don't believe, like, people think only America is racist. They haven't seen racism in Mexico. They don't open their eyes to genocides in other countries. That, you know, we have it good here, to be honest. But yeah, it was discrimination a little. The love for their daughter as well. But you know, through all the adversity and all that, you know, one day she was in a video call with me, where, you know, we're just talking, and she was happy that she was very in love with me, talking to me. And her mom walks in, what are you doing? And grabs the screen and watches that she was video calling me, and slams her laptop across the room, and I heard her hit her. You know what I mean? My wife got hit, and I was so mad. I was so upset that I said, if I don't go to sleep right now, I'm gonna do something crazy. And you know, and the minister was telling me too, I know you're going through some hard stuff. I know you're going through a difficult situation, but do not just go take her and you know, and hook up with her. No, marry her right. And that was his worry, because he was like, oh, this guy's gonna, because if there's a reason and there's an opportunity for the youth to do things the wrong way, just hook up, just move in together, just run away together. It's parents interfering in that relationship. So I was very prideful. I thought I deserved the world. I was in, you know, administration in the church. I was in school. I was working. I was the best thing in my own eyes. But that belief actually made me unworthy, to be honest. That belief is what made me prove my in-laws correctly. And I'm speaking right now out of a position that has been already reconciled. I don't have any hard feelings, and I can't wait to give you know, gratitude gifts to my in-laws and all that. But yeah, it was a little adversary that my wife and I went when we decided to, after 7 years of having feelings for each other. And she had feelings for me too, but she put them away because she knew that it was not going to be accepted in her family, and also that she was young, and also that she was going to school. Sorry for that advertisement to the side for stripping. And also the Trump Tower is coming up. But yeah, man, this is Vegas. I don't know how good it's gonna look. The flash made the windshield, you know, cover the video. But that's part one of my relationship, the beginning of a relationship with the woman of my dreams that I wouldn't trade for the world. The woman that gave me a baby, the woman that you know, has helped me with my goals and keeps me moving, like she did last weekend. When I told her, like, this is my day off, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything. And she said, okay, what do you want to do? Okay, let's go walking, shopping. Okay, we went shopping. And then later I felt like, okay, now we can go to the restaurant. Now we can go sleep and walk the restaurant. Now we're gonna, you know, install the cabinets and everything. So yeah, she's an inspiration and a help. So we are here in Idaho Falls. Not Idaho Falls, Idaho. We are rolling. Maybe one more hour and we'll be at the place. One more hour. The snow is dying off. You can see the hills. How you can see a little bit of brown. Yeah, that didn't exist last week when the snow storm hit. But yeah, everything must come to an end, even the snow season for the year. To the right, that's a lake, and that lake, of course, is frozen. I saw some people fishing the other day right there. So, where did I leave off? My wife and I, we decided that we were gonna come out, that we're wanting to start a relationship. We told the parents. We gave it a couple of weeks to let it settle down. Let it settle down. Of course, the in-laws went ahead and accused me with the minister. And the minister said, well, what's the issue? We don't like him. Okay. Well, does she like him? I'm gonna get married or not, you know. And the minister said, Marcos, well, you go ahead and go into church. I'm gonna talk to her alone because maybe she wants to tell me something she can't say in front of me. And sure enough, you know, at the end of Sunday school, I was interpreting to a visitor in the front pew, and you know, church was basically over. They were giving indications, and Brother Mario, as awesome as he is, you know, because my wife made up her mind by the end of church, and she wrote in a letter and a note, yes, brother, I am willing to marry Marcos. And she went ahead and sent that paper up to with somebody else to the minister, and the minister opened the paper and said, and read it word for word, yes, brother, I would like to marry. And the brother gave the announcement like that. I don't know exactly what day it was, but I do know that that day Juan Gabriel died. So, and good thing I don't need him no more. He was my sadness singer. Of course, the family was super upset. Mother-in-law went ahead and called. I don't think her daughter was there, so she called and told her a different version, like, oh, she lied, she did this behind my back. But no, we already had like 2 weeks trying to convince her that, you know, that we're gonna get married and be a family. So that was no excuse. Of course, she called the son. Shout out to sister-in-law Sara, Leanda, because she supported me and helped convince her husband, which is my wife's older brother, that you know, every time she came, she saw me in church. Every time she came, she saw me putting in work, giving the chapter, doing accounting. So she was like, "What's wrong with this brother? You know, what's I don't see why you guys don't like him or whatnot." So she helped me convince him, and she also supported my wife going to you know, to church that one day when, you know, she wanted to talk to the minister and whatnot. So it was wedding planning from there on, with a lot of mixed emotions and stuff. It was days full of anxiety and insecurity. I was insecure. I thought she was gonna bail out last minute or something, but I'm happy she didn't. Wedding planning, she had good ideas. We worked on it the next couple of months, if I'm mistaken. It was like 4 months. It took a month extra. money because I didn't put attention to my bank account, but when I arrived from Santa Monica to San Francisco, I was out of money, but I had my cash. A few days in San Francisco, and my brother-in-law invited us to Bakersfield. And he's like, because when we went on a honeymoon, we ran out of money, and he was absolutely right. Good thing he invited me, or else I would have been dead in the water in San Francisco with no money. So, you know, and we realized this because we got home, and you know, we only had like $100 left over from, you know, the bank account being dried out and the cash that I received for my wedding. So, yeah, the best gift, in my opinion, to a newlywed will be cash, and not $1, $5, $10, $20. Nah, y'all gotta put 50s and above, man. I mean, you guys know inflation, man. Come on now. Hey, that ain't nothing. Dollars ain't nothing no more. So, you know, take care of the newlyweds. I gave my wife, when we were, you know, getting ready to marry, I gave her the blue car, the Jetta, so that she can learn to drive. Because when when we returned from the wedding, she was gonna have to drive herself to work and back. And her parents never gave her permission, and she alone has anxiety that she can't, you know, pick up the car or whatnot. So when we returned from the wedding, she drove to work, and she had her permit only at that time. And she crashed the car. My good car was crashed, and I was upset. I was upset because I gave her the car months before we married so she can learn to drive. But once again, she obeyed her parents more than her future, and of course her anxiety, which I later found out is one of the biggest reasons. And I tell you this story to tell you this story. When I saw my baby being born, I no longer had bad feelings for my wife, for the car, for crashing the car. Because I saw the gift that she was giving me. I saw the suffering that it required to bring him to this world. So that's the moment I forgave her for crashing that car. I know it's kind of materialistic, but it's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. So